Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Monday night Conversations on Purpose talk show. It is me, your host, Robinette Bryce. Hello. How y'all doing out there? I want y'all to go tell somebody. I know we just came on. I want y'all to chime in, share the page, tell somebody we are here. It's our new night, episode 8. Come on. We got to listen. We got a good show tonight. We're dealing with part 2 of Why Hurt Me. Why Hurt Me. Come on, y'all. Tell somebody we on. Share the page. We want to give you a couple minutes to come on the air. Tune in. So tonight we have a couple of guests. I do have a co-host tonight. And I want to bring my co-host on right now. Bishop Charles Carroll from Annapolis, Maryland. Hey, Bishop.
How are you doing? Conversations on Purpose.
Conversations on Purpose. Oh my goodness, we're here again. I got
Yes.
you co-hosting tonight. Well, last week you were on because you were on our first episode. Last week was episode 7. That was like the end of, we're going to do like 7 episodes, increments of 7, 7, 7 for completion and perfect number. So now we're into episode 8, New Beginnings. So
Right.
you were on last week. Then we had a young little brother minister, very passionate, very Minister Shaka, and he was going to co-host with me the rest of the month, but he had an emergency, so keep him in prayer. He's not able to be with us, but we just thank you for your time, for your love. You share it, so we love you. We love you, Bishop. We love your family. We love your ministry and what you do. So
Yeah.
tonight, last week, first of all, we were dealing with You Hurt Me. It looked like we might be dealing with that like really the whole month because we have there's a lot of hurt going on. Before we jump into the victory, we want to stay right at the hurt because the reason why, just like even last week when Minister Shaka was talking about when he mentioned he was a murderer, he also was a murderer and just different things. I didn't want us to see this week if he was able to be on the show. We were going to tap into that, ask him questions. So last
Yeah.
week we introduced him. He just, that was his first time. He did apologize over and over and over and over after the show, and I think on the show. But it was like we didn't get a chance to just ask questions because we wanted to interview him. We
Right.
want to deal with the hurt, even with him talking about he was a murderer. We want to deal with, even during that time, we know he was saying, then why not me? Well, we were going to get into all of that, but we got to stay at no, why hurt me? We got to
Right.
stay right there first because people are not at the victory mode yet. They're not at the, you know what I mean? We want to get to, you did the murder because you were thinking yourself,
Right.
why somebody did this and why somebody, a lot of things going in your mind because
Right.
everybody don't know. We don't know what happened to you wherever it happened or whatever. Everybody don't know what happens to everybody in the private
Right.
moments of your life or whatever that gets you to that moment of murdering or killing or robbing or
Right.
just whatever we go through. You know what I mean? So
Right.
even the innocent stuff, even the one being abused, we don't know. Nobody know what I went through. And I'm gonna talk about
Right.
some things tonight, you know,
Right.
because we want to deal with the why hurt me. And so you were
Right.
talking last week about the why as a preacher, like why me, why, and what we go through. And can you
Right.
just tap back in that a little bit? And so we can just, and then I'm gonna jump in
Yeah.
with me.
So we segmented last week. We were talking about, as a pastor, in the city, and to lose your son when you preaching the gospel, helping the city and burying a lot of young men, and then you turn around and then you're hit with that same thing that you've been out there advocating for. And
Yeah,
there are a lot of questions. Why me? You know what I mean? But I found out that nobody's really exempt. And like you said
yeah,
before, hurting people hurt people. And we don't know why people do what they do. like you said, the person that's molested probably been molested. So we don't know what causes people to do what they do.
Yeah.
And so why me? Why me? The why may never be answered, but it happened. And we're here right now. And
Yeah.
so we have to deal with that. I know last week the young man talked about why not me. Everybody wants to have a testimony, but nobody really wants to sit in his seat. You know what I mean? Everybody use that scripture, all things work together for the good of them who love God and will call according to his purpose. But in that all could be murder. And that all could be molestation. And that all could be rape. We want the all, but we don't know what the all is inclusive of.
Yeah.
So we may never know why that person did what they did. But
Yeah.
I believe truly that hurting people hurt people. We don't know what ticked them off. I don't believe people are born murderers. They become murderers. Maybe
Yeah.
it was a tragic event in their life that
Yeah.
caused them to lose hope and to lose hope for other people's lives. I think that when people don't value their own life, they don't value the life of others. And so I believe truly the people who hurt me were victims or somewhere they were lost. And so, why me? But
Yeah.
it happened. So I've learned to turn my pain, my hurt, has now become my ministry and my mission.
Exactly. Exactly. So, the purpose for me for like a show like that, and I try to just emphasize that with the guests even before they come on. I do a lot of talking to people, um,
Right,
and then talk to the guests before they come on because um what I want people to get is a lot of times when we go through, no matter who you are, sometimes it honestly could feel like and when you're going through at that moment, it feels like in that moment you're in it by yourself.
right,
So in that moment, you have a lot of questions because you have a
right,
lot of hurt and you're trying to tunnel through all of that. You know what I mean? In order for you to continue through this life, you got to push through the hurt. And all the time,
right,
you don't know how to do that all the time. You don't
right,
always know how you're gonna push through the hurt, how you're gonna push through the pain, and so you have the questions. We are humans, we have these questions, and what I'm trying to do in this show is always show where we are being real here. I'm not trying
right,
to do a show where it's a whole show of we scripturalize the whole show and not walking in it. It's like, no, we have to be in what that is. Before I got to that victory, before I got to that triumphant moment, it's like, no, I was in that moment where my guy friend had the knife up to my neck. You know what I mean? And where no, you're saying you're gonna kill me but you're trying to prove you're going to kill me. You know what I mean? Like you got that thing pressed where I can't even where my talking sounded different. And it's like, no, at that
wow,
moment, is yeah. Like,
right,
why are you trying to hurt me? Like, yo, what's up with you? And so we go through a lot of things. And I want to say, I just want to say this for everybody who's out there who have been commenting on the show. We want you to do that tonight. We want you to, the producer brought something up to me, and I think I may have a little understanding about it, but that when I went on live last week, and when I go on live, I went on live, and there's a lot of comments when I'm going on live, like by myself, just go on live without it being a talk show. I think it's because when I randomly go on and I'm talking, I'm literally, they know they can just talk to me. It's not like I think a talk show, you kind of listening because it's a dialogue. It's
right,
guest. You trying to make sure you're hearing what's going on. And I thought about that
right,
earlier. But what I want y'all to do tonight, like I want y'all to type in the chat, questions or I have another guest, a sister friend. She's about to come and talk about her hurt. I'm about to get into a couple of things with relationship myself. And I just felt like during this time is that we're on the 8th episode. I haven't really gotten really personal, you know, but I got somebody on here. We're going to be personal together. And we got Bishop here. Now he has to leave because he has a conference thing coming up. But it's like, so he's co-hosting with me in the beginning, first half of the show. So I want to say this song. I'm gonna say this poem slash song that I was given during a very hurtful time. Most of my music comes from experience. It comes from hurt and a lot of pain. And so I'm gonna try to remember it as a, like quoted versus singing. Um that wasn't Corona, you know what I'm saying? You heard me. Okay. You cough now. Yo, doc, everything is COVID-19. I said, it ain't COVID-19.
Yeah,
This might be COVID-10, but it ain't 19. You heard me. Oh my God. So listen, y'all, let us know you with me. Leave some comments, you know what I mean? And chime in and say whatever. Say hello. And I'm gonna say hello back when he posted. So why, why love me then leave? Why hold me then let go? Why take away from me where I have to give no more? I just want to know what it feels like to take away from me. I want to know what it feels like to take away from the one who loves you most. Remember the love you share with me, how we cared for each other so close, but you let me go. Why help me then hurt me, or console me then make me cry? You always feared I would leave, but then one day you said goodbye. I just need to know what it feels like to walk away from me. I need to know what it feels like to take away from the one who loves you most. You loving me and me loving you. How we cared for each other so close. Remember all the times we shared, how we loved each other so much. I'm messing up. So close. You loving me and me loving you. Remember all those times we've shared and how you cared for me. Remember all those things you said, how you been there for me. Thought you would never let me go. You let me go. I never thought you would, but you let me go. So that was a hurtful. And the song gets real in depth and goes on. And, when that's actually a song and it goes different places. And it kind of runs a little deep, and especially in the ad lib or whatever, in the verses. But in it, it was just saying we go through a lot of things where it's saying, like in there, it's saying, why love me then leave? And hey, Ann Taylor, it's my girl. What's up, Many Men? Minnie, please call me because you waiting for email. I need you to do the emailing. What's up, Many Men? So it's like the song is saying, why love me then leave? Why hold me then let go? Why take away from me when I have to give no more? I just want to know what it feels like to walk away from me. You ever been in that place where you just want to know? You're looking at somebody, you just like, how can somebody just go on after they did all of this? Like, it's been some crazy stuff happening to me. I mean, to a lot of people. But you're looking at
yeah.
them.
I felt like it when my high school sweetheart left me, but she ain't never tell me why she left. And I still want to know from this day, 20, 30 years later, why she left me standing at the locker. So
I can't think.
I ain't never get the why. And I think I've been broken ever since. So why? When she left me right with that, I don't know why she left me. I thought I was doing good, you know what I mean? But she left me, so, and I'm still asking her 30 years later when I see her in the store, why? Why you need me?
I mean, especially when you're doing everything, you like, they smiling at you like it's the best thing ever. And then you like, when you went to sleep, I mean, what happened? You wake up, you call, hey. It was like, it's a little cold.
They done changed their number. They rolling with somebody else.
They rolled. Mine just was just rolling. There wasn't nobody in sight. Just was rolling. This is rolling. I'm just saying, so it's like what happens is you end up finding yourself in a place where, like, this stuff, when I'm writing music, when I'm writing songs, that's literally where I'm at, where I am. Right. And it literally was saying, Why help me then hurt me? Because
Right.
that's what it was. Then console me, then make me cry. So all it
Right.
is trust. When you people walking around saying I have trust issues, all that, that's for a reason. So like with that
Right.
song, it's like, no, you're the one consoling me, like, baby, this and that, whatever. I'll never. People talking to you like, I'll never treat you bad. I'll never. Then they get with you and treat you worse. No
Right.
exaggerate. They do you worse than what you've been in. Like I'm gonna get Sheray on here because I'm gonna go a little
Yeah.
deeper. You to, I want us to go to commercial break because I know you gotta go soon. But I want to bring Sheray on to get her in here
Yeah.
because I'm gonna end up running into some specifics when she come on because it's gonna get real in a minute. So you gonna take us to a commercial. We're gonna bring Sheray back when we come. Yes. So, all right, I want to bring our next guest on because believe I didn't even really get into no details yet. But we want to bring our next guest on. And this is a close friend of mine, one of my sister friends. We do a lot of talking, because it gets really real. And so I wanted to bring people on where they can run deep instead of me talking by myself about this hurt. Sheray Hughes, come on, girl.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hey, baby,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We good. We good. I'm good.
Good, good.
Me and you, Al, a lot of things we go through has been parallel. So, Bishop, I'm gonna let you run in. Oh, Sheray, yeah, you speaking to everybody. You know, I'm glad you finally came on. See, before I even started the show online, Sheray was one of them I was talking about. Like, we're gonna be the first ones, we're gonna be only talking about this and talking about that. We're gonna be keeping it real and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So here we go, Sheray. We on
Here
here.
we go. Oh
Thank
my.
you to pull this stuff out of me, Doc.
They better buckle up their seats, I tell
Buckle
you.
it up. Buckle it up. Bishop, we let you slide in here first and ask her whatever you wanna. We definitely talk about relationship. We want the bishop be here just in case he need to counsel us.
Well, when I leave, I'm gonna be on Facebook Live and Zooming at the same time, so I'm gonna be kind of following, probably commenting. But Sheray, I
Yeah.
heard that you have wrote a song, and I want to kind of figure out where did the song come from? How did you come about with getting the song, and why did you write it? And what brought you to that place?
I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship that I thought was forever. And we were best friends. And it's not something that I was taking lightly, the relationship. In this
Right,
relationship ended up really being abuse, definitely. It was very emotional. It's literally caught me off guard. I didn't expect it. And we were literally best friends. And we were saved. And we were in love, you know. This is not somebody I just met quickly and all this stuff. This was years. And this is who I was saying I do to. But when you say I do and they don't, you try, but you can't if they won't. Just saying. I'd be
Definitely.
like, that's like for real. It's like I'm talking about where you're doing everything because of what you. I watched my mother and my father be married over 50 years. I'm just saying. So that's what I saw. I saw the love. I saw my father be a real man. I saw my mother take care of the home.
Mhm.
I was taught to be submissive and my mother run bath water for your husband and feed him and all that stuff and all that stuff. So the hurt, I'm talking about when you see people, you're embarrassed to talk about abuse because you thinking when you dealing with it, how are you dealing with it?
Mm-hmm.
I would never allow this.
Mm-hmm.
The song Why, that's where Why Hurt Me came from. Because I said, what title should I make this show? To whatever. We have questions. Like I don't have an answer yet from this person. And I remember saying I at least 10 years straight wanting to know why. There's something in you that wants to know why. Because it's like if you're doing everything, like I thought I did everything not to be hurt. I'm just saying I thought at what point is the treating you right is gonna matter? What point is the upbringing that I had, and to try to do it right? It's like none of that mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still tell me you're gonna kill me, you still hauled off and hit me, like you still, oh God. And it's like, oh, FYI, I hit him back. Okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Once he started driving, I hauled off with my fist and I hit him back. Okay. So just to be clear. But to even go through that, I'm talking about it. I didn't expect it. I did not expect this. It's like, how is this freaking happening? How is it happening from the person who will console you through whatever? That's why in the song I'm saying, console me, then make me cry. Like, what is that? Like, Pam, laugh out loud, my sister. Like, what is that about? Can you tell Mom I'm on the air? I'm on the hair. Like, how do you? So it's like to go through that. I was carrying shoes in his trunk just in case somebody messed with him. I had my tennis shoes in the trunk just in case somebody messed with you, and you want to show you bad on me. And it's like because of my mother taught us to respect, and honestly, like she did teach us to, I'm just saying, to respect the one you love, and this is who you're gonna marry, and this is so I mean, I did get hit. I'm talking about I left. Now I'm not lying. I don't even think my family know this. I don't think my family know this, right? And I would leave. He would pick me up early in the morning, and I would come back late at night, like sometimes sore, clothes ripped. Even talking about it now, I don't believe it. It's almost like, but I was fighting back. Okay, I was fighting back. One person knew, my best friend. She was like, "But why are you letting it? What? Like this is crazy." Because I would come back, and she's like, "I'm walking in the door." She's like, "What is it?" And it's like, what was making me still leave the next morning? And I kept saying, it's like, Tussin, it's like he wanted to torment me. I remember asking him later, and he was just saying, it was almost like he didn't remember. I'm not lying. Because I used to say it was like the devil in your eyes. And I remember one time he came to me and said, so almost like when he was in sober mind, he said, it really looked like it was the devil in my eyes. I said, yes. But I almost realized, like, even when he said that, and I think later on he said, later on he was like, did I really do that stuff? I'm like, what is the meaning of this? Like, you don't remember the hell you put me through? Like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm telling you, those songs, I got another song, How Could You? How could you hurt me and go on? How could you live your life like nothing's wrong? How could you stay away and never call me? Every day you look in the mirror, but you don't see all of the wrong that's going on in your life. You are the only one that can make it right. You're the only one that can make a change. Whatever. But it's like it's hard to talk your songs out versus singing it. And it was just like, and that song was based off the same thing. A phone conversation. I was getting myself together, talking to him, and when I hung up, I went in the bathroom. And I just started singing. This stuff would just come out of hurt. Like, literally. And it was just like, who are you going to tell? I mean, who are you going to tell? And I don't know. And it's like, you look at other people. With me, I looked at it like I wasn't taking abuse. That's how I was trying to look at it. Because it got to where I was fighting back. You know what I mean? But it's like, who do you say? It's just crazy. It is crazy because it's still hard for me to talk about it. But I want it to be like personal. I said, I'm doing this show and I'm not telling my own stories. I have stories. And I see you, Lady Yvette, my God sister went through a lot in her marriage and relationships. But it's like we're even I was in church going through this. I wasn't not in church going through this. Okay? I was in church going through this. So the thing is, we're still human beings in church. This is not about God. People put God on it. Well, see all that. No, this ain't got nothing to do with God. God didn't hit me. God didn't abuse me. It was a man who did this.
And
So
it's funny that you said a man did that and God didn't do that. And I think a lot of times, um, when we're in the church, a lot of people will put that church mask on,
yeah,
and then they forget or try to forget, oh, no, 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 not me, not me. Well, it was me.
yeah,
It was me, married, big time married. And
for years.
this was someone who I had children with before we got married, because I wasn't always in the church. Let me put that out there. I was not jumping and speaking in tongue and all of that. No, I was not. Had children before that. We separated because I needed to grow up because I was somebody's mother.
Yeah.
And he was still on chillax mode. That's chilling and relaxing at the same time. So
Mm,
he was still in that mode where I had to grow up because I had to be responsible for some people.
yeah.
So with that, fast forward, we met up again. And then I'm thinking, oh, this is the right thing. This is my kid's father. Oh, okay. But the funny thing, when you have that woman's intuition, when you shouldn't do something, but instead you do it, I end up getting married to him where I wasn't feeling right that morning. And I end up doing it anyway,
Uh-huh.
totally against my parents' wishes. But this is my kid's father. Oh, I'm so in love. So I thought.
Mm,
And then all of a sudden, it was like I had the house already. I had the kids. I was already established. So I was ready to go back to school, into dental school. So he said, oh, well, when you finish dental school, I'm just going to sit back and relax. And I'm looking like, what? Relax and do what? No, you need to continue to work. So with that, the friends, I ended up marrying the friends, the mother, the father,
um,
the
um,
grandparents. I ended up marrying everybody. And it was not until maybe, I want to say like 9 years into it,
uh-huh.
hell broke loose and the fighting. And I'm not talking about out, you hit me out.
Yeah.
No, this was a rumble in the jungle. And
Wow.
there was no, oh, Father God, in the name of Jesus. No, I wasn't thinking about God back
Right.
then, because you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. And this is the person that I thought loved me so much. I had your children. You convinced me to
Uh-huh.
have another baby, who my next to the youngest was 15. Me, of all people, having another baby. I end up doing that. And here we go, a rumble in the jungle. And
Mm.
it was not a cakewalk at all.
Yeah.
Literally, girls were coming to my house, knocking at my door. I was in such a comatose sleep one night.
Wow.
I never forget it. And I heard something, but I wasn't sure what it was. But I heard
Mm,
his name being called.
uh-huh.
And I was trying to fight myself to get up, but I couldn't. And when I finally woke up, it was like a, and I looked around and I said, did you hear that? And he looked over and he nodded his head, yes. And I'm running through the house, looking out of every window, and I saw this young lady in my gate.
Mm,
And I'm running through the house and I'm putting on pants and getting on some tennis shoes, because I was not going to be laying hands on nobody like they thought I was. I was going
right.
to lay some hands.
Right.
And it's funny how when you're in that situation, people always say, well, I thought you were a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
That irritates me
Mm-hmm.
because I have feelings. I am a
Right.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of all of that, I am a person.
Yeah.
I'm a person that you said you love, you honor, you cherish, and all of that. And all of that left instantly. And with me running through the house, trying to get my clothes on, because in my mind, I was thinking that I was going to drag her in the house and I was going to do her some real bodily harm. And I
Mm-hmm.
meant that. I meant that because you violated my space.
Yeah.
And then I end up throwing him out, taking his clothes. I didn't even put it in black bags. You know, usually grab some black bags and start stuffing things. No, I was throwing the things out as I grabbed them.
Like move.
And he talked his way. Oh, I'm sorry. I never do that again. I never do it again. Never do it again. Okay, we're married till death do me part. I
Mm.
take you back. And here we go again. You do the same exact thing. But this time, I was going over to her house.
Mm.
And I did not think about God. I wasn't thinking about any scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking about nobody in the church. I jumped in my truck and I was going full speed ahead. I had a knife in my truck and I
Mm-hmm.
knew what my plan was. And there was a pastor whose church I was going to at the time. He called me out of the clear blue sky. This was 10 o'clock at night. Out of the
Mm-hmm.
clear blue sky and asked me what was I doing. And
Wow.
he could hear the rage in my voice. And
Wow.
he said, "What are you getting ready to do?" And I broke down and I cried.
Mm.
And
Mm-mm.
I explained to him what happened.
Jesus.
And he began to pray. I didn't want to hear that.
Mm.
I didn't want to hear that. I was 2 seconds away from where he was, my ex-husband was. I was 2 seconds. And I actually got to her house. And I knocked at that door. And she's hiding behind the door. And my exact words to her was,
Mm.
"You violated me, so it's a must that I return the favor.
Oh.
So I suggest you open up this door before I become Katrina part 3, 4, and 5." I meant exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up rumbling
Mm-hmm.
with him yet again. And I end up going to jail. I
Wow.
went to jail.
So you were serious.
I was dead serious. I cut him up. I told him I was going to cut him medium, deep, short, and long. Once again, there was
Wow.
no church going on in my head. It
So
was
wait a minute.
straight revenge.
So wait a minute. So when the pastor called you, when the mask is to hide the pain, exactly, because revealing yourself is additional pain. Exactly, Lady Bannister. Um, because that's the thing we go through, and at that time, what happened is the reason why I have to be real on this show is because if you're not being, the truth is what's gonna make you free. That fake stuff, you ain't gonna get free from it. You know what I mean? You talking all the other stuff and want people to think that this didn't happen. No,
Mhm.
baby, it's the truth that's gonna make you free, not the lies. And you add stuff, making up stuff, act like you ain't feel nothing, and you were speaking in tongues all the way through it, and
Mhm.
all that stuff. No, 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 no. I'm gonna come back because I want to ask you a question. I literally, I don't think like this. He put me through so bad, and I was so humiliated also.
Mhm.
Humiliation ain't no joke. I was humiliated and hurt.
Mhm.
Did not confuse and understand. And yes, Lord, why? Yeah, I ain't perfect, but it still was a why there, okay? Let's be
Mhm.
real. And how could this be happening to me? I'm like, okay, the devil trying to kill. I want to run the devil trying to kill me. I'm about dead. He about to, I literally was dreaming. I'm not lying. Me beating him till I saw blood. That's what I sure was. I was dreaming. I kind of felt bad because that's not my personality. I'm not a punk. I ain't a punk. But that's not my personality. And it was just like, but to go through that bad and when somebody puts you through and they don't care, like on their facial expression is like they don't care. It's like it's conversations on purpose. It's like I'm going to abuse you on purpose. It's almost like they are enjoying abusing you. They
Exactly.
are enjoying tearing you down. Why? That's why
Exactly.
you can't listen, people. Don't continue. Whatever you got to do to get away from somebody, they gonna keep chipping away at your self-esteem, keep chipping away at your. You gonna end up here confident. Then next thing you know, it's just gonna keep dwindling down. My Angela was talking about that. Keep dwindling down. Before you know it, now you're suicidal, you're depressed, low self-esteem, no confidence. Now your head down when you used to be like, oh, hey. Now it's like, hey, how you? You don't even want to look up because it made you feel like you was ugly, told you were ugly, you ain't nothing. Oh my God. I can't.
Yeah.
So, sis, back to you. You said the pastor called you 10 o'clock at night and you broke down, but then you still end up at that house with that knife. Tell me what?
I still ended up there because it was so much rage. Huh?
You said to the pastor, what, you lied your way out of the phone call? What happened?
I just told him, I said, Pastor, I said, I hear you, but right now I don't want to hear that. That's not what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Because he disrespected me, it's a must that I return the favor. Because I didn't ask for this. I don't deserve that.
Yeah.
My father never beat me. My father always had a nice mellow tone when he talked to me. And for me to dub myself down to deal with this foolishness, and not to mention his mother, she allowed the women to come over as well. She allowed them to spend the night at her house. And his mother ended up getting sick. He called me over to assist them with helping his mother, not knowing that he had moved a woman down in the mother's basement. And she knew it as well. Now I'm upstairs tending to the mother and the father, and this woman was living downstairs in the basement. Jeez. Now you're talking about disrespect.
Woo!
So then I said again, I'm going to cut you open like a guppy. And I meant that.
Wow.
I mean, when I say I cut that boy up real good, I meant exactly what I said. And I did it. I carried it out. There was so much anger built in everything. Yeah. And then for you to constantly lie. And then for you to pretend like I'm the villain. I'm the bad person.
Oh, don't you hate that?
And then your mother is in on it.
And it's your fault. Oh, God.
Your mom is in on it. And I'm up there helping her tend to her husband and herself. You got to be kidding me.
Oh, God.
I said, you know what? I said, you know something? You're gonna die wallowing in your son's garbage. You watch what I tell you. And I meant that. So in the midst of my pastor praying for me at that time, oh my goodness. I mean, when I say he was trying to find my location, oh my goodness, technology wasn't as savvy as it is today, but he was trying his best and he was getting in his car trying to look for me. It wasn't happening because I was not telling him where I was.
Wow.
And to have to go to jail. Now you're talking about degrading, to have to sit up, strip and cough.
Yeah.
Bend over and cough.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, what? You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to mention, I had to even work for the parole board. So to see my own name come across my desk with a warrant, my eyes nearly bugged out of my head. So I had to turn myself in.
So let's get back to you cutting them up. I'm ignorant. But let's go back to, so you're there, and what kind of knife did you use? I know people like I'm tripping, but I mean, did you bring the knife trying to see if there's some premeditated? Well, I ain't trying to get you locked back up, but
that's over with. It's no big deal. It's over with now.
I mean, I watched too much Rizzoli and Dr. Owl.
I can't go back to jail for that. I'm done with that.
All right. All right. Too much Law and Order. All right. Calm down, Robinette. All right, there. Because we do have the victory. We're going to get to the victory part. Well, we sitting here, so we got the victory, y'all. But we got to get to the real stuff. How many of y'all out there right now, whether you going to church or not going to church, how many of y'all women are living in abusive relationships? How many of you are at home being cussed out by your husband, your kids, your whatever, and not saying anything? That silent cry, that unspoken. That's why this is conversations on purpose. You know what that means? We're going to do this, and we're intentionally bringing out this stuff. It's uncomfortable conversations. You know what I mean? Stuff that people, I'm telling you, some of this stuff I'm saying, I'm going to be saying during the show that my family have not heard before. But it's stuff that really happened to me. You know what I mean? We wonder why people going through or why they looking crazy or why whatever is because we don't, or let's talk about the victory part real quick. Or why people go hard in praising God. Yeah, we learn from the details. That's right. We wonder why she want all the details. That's what Pam crazy. I want all of it. But we wonder why people go hard in praising God, why they're radical. The reason why nobody can tell me something about any other religion, this, that, or whatever, is because all of that got me to a relationship with God. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because a person couldn't really help me. They were so used to me laughing and smiling. It was hard for people to counsel me in certain things. It just was. So, right? And it was just like, when you going through all this stuff you're going through, it's some stuff I may never tell nobody. I'm just saying, some of the stuff is embarrassing. I'm just saying, even I mean, some of it.
You know, I feel like yes, it is embarrassing, but people do need to hear it. And for a long time, I walked around with that garbage bag, and that garbage bag was wearing me down.
Yeah.
And you and I, we talk all the time. Yeah. And it was just releasing bits and pieces. So today, I can honestly say I have released that bag. Yeah. Somebody want me to share that? I'm more than happy to share that garbage bag because that's no longer a part of me.
That's right.
That thing no longer has me in bondage. So I can honestly help somebody else because it was real. It isn't made up. It was a part of me.
Yeah.
So me growing up being the only child, being adopted, I always had to defend myself. So because my dad never chastised me in a way where I had to get a whipping or anything like that, that was foreign to me for a man to have the audacity to hit me.
Yeah.
So you wanted to know what kind of knife it was? It was a hunter's knife.
Hey, you weren't
playing. I wasn't playing. I told you, I said I was going to gut him out like a guppy.
Gut him out like a fish. You went to go hunt him down. We're going to go to commercial. Hope don't keep the knives away from Sheray. We're going to commercial, everybody. Take us to commercial till we be right back. Yeah, look what we're going to do in these last 15 minutes. Maybe we'll bring, we might need to continue this next week with my girl Sheray, because there's a whole lot more we got to tell you. I got a whole lot of stuff, multiple abuse, emotional, physical, mental, and verbal. And tell you need to come on the show. Next week, you need to come on. My girl, yes, Ann, come on the show. So look, y'all, it's a whole lot. You know what I mean? We want to take our time to like deal with this. We know. Believe me, we're never running out of stuff to say. Unfortunately, this is what's out here, and the only way, especially like during this pandemic, you know how many more people being abused by being in the house with their abuser. How much more the abuser is upset that they even in the house, upset that they ain't got the money they had, upset that they come on. So,
Upset that they can't go out and continue to cheat.
oh yeah, upset by all kind of stuff. So the person in the house, even like the molesters, I was talking about the people who are being molested.
Oh, definitely.
If you're in the house, they might can't get to you. Imagine the one who's being molested, the torment, afraid that they will get to them because now they're in the house all the time with the molester.
Definitely.
Foolishness. Yes, Pastor Carl says sorry he had to leave. Yeah, we know Bishop. He had to be with Bishop Faulkner and them on a conference call at 7:30. So actually, he stayed overtime because it was kind of good. He didn't know how to leave. So, but we thank you, Bishop Carl. So listen, y'all. We want to ask anybody got some questions. I want to talk to my god sister, Lady Yvette, see if she could come on, and people that's gonna be transparent. Transparent, tell the truth, because the truth gonna help. We overcome by the word of our testimony. The truth is what's gonna set us, make us free. And I'm about to talk to you now. We're about to talk about the victory part, but we are going to come back and talk some more about get into some more stuff, because I want people to be able to ask questions, and I want people to be able to, like, even right now in the chat, you can chat some questions or more comments. I'm trying to say, oh, hello. I saw Bishop Charles S. Waters. Thank you for tuning in, Doc. You were talking today. Yeah, that is, you definitely family, Doc. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, listen, if you want to know somebody who has a story and who's been hurt and they want to talk, they want to bring it out, let us know. Inbox me, holler at your girl, let me know. But sometimes people just need to get it out. We do have people scheduled, but we can get more than one on one show sometimes. Right now, I want me and Sheray to talk to you. Listen, women and men, you are being abused and you don't know what to do. You're not telling anybody. What I want to say to you is speak up. Do not let them abuse you. Bang them in their freaking mouth. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry. All right. But you don't have to be afraid in that way. Believe me, I understand. I don't even know why I don't know. I was accepting the foolishness. Girly probably the same thing, Pastor Girly. Because as little as he was, I could have just sat on him or stepped on him. Lord, forgive me. I'm just saying. We got a question from Pam. Okay, Pam says, Sheray, how much time did you spend in jail? And what did you learn from this experience? Thank you, Pam. How much time did you spend in jail, and what did you learn from
How much time? I spent a week in jail. And that was, like I said, it was degrading. Like, you when you first walk in, they give you this old nasty bologna sandwich.
Oh,
It
that's
was
a nasty
stale,
sandwich. Tastes like sand, don't it?
and a stale glazed donut. I tell you, I was so hungry. That donut was looking good. That sandwich was looking good, and a Dixie cup of fake me out Kool-Aid juice.
I love you, Veronica, Pastor Veronica. Oh God. So what you learned from is it was degrading. You spent a week in jail.
Yeah.
And she said what you learned from it. So you was just saying it was degrading. And
I mean, because I worked for the criminal justice system at the time, so now it was just like, oh, I know both sides of the fence now,
Yeah.
Well, what I learned from it was, no man is worth my freedom.
Yeah.
Not one. If that's the biggest thing that I can say, no man was worth my freedom at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And that's the truth. We haven't any more questions out there, please. Oh, I love you, Pastor Robinson. Yeah, abuse is no joke. At the time that it's happening, that's why that show snapped. I can't even watch it. I think at one time, I said, no, I won't be watching that show. But the thing is, like, when you go through people don't be knowing that they pushing you to this limit. And they
Yeah.
pushing and pushing. And you know what's funny? You got the ones that abusing you. Isn't it funny how they could just sleep peacefully?
Oh,
They do
definitely.
all this stuff to you. They sleeping like they know you
Oh,
ain't
not just sleeping, but snoring.
no,
Snoring.
they know you ain't gonna do nothing to them. They like
Snoring.
drooling, everything, and you can't only and you be staring like like do you know what I could do to you right now? Like, are you kidding me? And you want to say, like I be having a saying, what is the meaning of these? I mean, what is the meaning of this now? Come now. Come now. Like, no, but see, we're laughing now because let me tell y'all, we're laughing now because we're out of it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
We're out of it. God has brought us out of it. You know what I mean? Like right now, if I ask Sheray to pray right now, Minister Sheray Hughes, she'll go in hard. You know why? Because that's where she was. And see, that's what I'm saying. You know, we go through these things and we don't know where we're going to end up. But as long as you still breathing, there's a chance for you to get to that better place. And
And
there's
the sad thing about it
Mhm.
is, you dress yourself up on the outside, but you're messed up on the inside.
Yeah,
So I was looking the par on the outside,
yeah,
but I was so broken,
yeah,
so weary. I began to lose weight.
yeah.
Hair was falling out my head. I was
Mhm.
looking crazy.
You know
I
what's
literally
crazy?
started walking around looking like I was on crack.
And I I walk around like I was eating Pillsbury. You was losing, and I was
I
saying,
was losing. I look like a straight bobblehead. Like, what in the world is going on here?
what I go through. When I'm sick, how I'm gonna get the thyroid to have you gain the weight? I said I'm gonna carry the camera. If I'm depressed, I'm gaining. What is the meaning of it? Pam says, Sheray and says, thank you both for sharing your stories. Thank you, Pam. We're gonna get you in to share your many stories. Come on,
Yes,
somebody. And Bishop, breast cancer. Yes, yes. Bishop Folks said breast cancer and domestic violence awareness month. Wow. Yes. This was, I'm telling you, I was telling my sister Patrice Johnson. Hey Patrice, I was talking to her about, just I've been praying about the show and just whatever. And literally the why hurt me came to me, whatever was, like I said, last week. But you deal with it. But I did not realize, she said to me, I think today or yesterday, that this was, and she looked at, she said, I think this is domestic violence awareness month or whatever, and she looked it up and said, oh my goodness, this tie in with your show. And I said, yeah, so we're going to be dealing with this hurt, I believe, like all month, and not just with women, and so listen, women, men, if you are hurting, don't do like Sheray did.
please don't. Please don't.
If your pastor calling you and he trying to stop you from going to cut somebody up, don't do like Sheray and say, Pastor, no, I'm going to gut him out anyway. I appreciate your
Please don't.
time. I
Please
appreciate
don't.
your cough, but I got to go. Click up. I hope she didn't hang up on the man. Was it a man or woman?
It was a man. I did not hang up on him.
Okay.
He heard the ruckus. He heard it. He heard it. And
Well,
I mean, he was speaking in tongue. He was getting it, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
No.
Let me talk to the abusers. Abusers. Yeah, and it's somehow we never talk to them. It seemed like, listen, let me
Keep your
talk to
hands
you.
to yourself.
There is a Sheray out there
Definitely.
that's not going to listen to their pastor speaking in tongues. That ain't going to listen to no iko but okay, there's a pastor out there that and a police officer that ain't going to be able to stop that person from trying to gut your tail out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, understand something. She may have went to jail for a week, but you was in that hospital for about a week. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't want to go in the hospital. I would rather just stop abusing. Go, and even if you got to go to a Catholic church, Lord forgive me, go and get prayer. Go kneel down somewhere. You need to be speaking in tongues. But the thing is, before you even speak in tongues, because people speaking, the devil speaking in tongues. Before you do all of that, you ask for forgiveness to that person, to God. Ask God to help you. Abusers, you molesting people, get your little nasty little dangling, get your little nasty little tail up.
Yes, yes.
Ask God to help you, okay? Because if that person father find out, he gonna tear your tail up. Abusers. You walking around trying to hit a woman and you keep hitting somebody, or a woman hitting a man, whatever, and you going to sleep snoring. Don't you snore tonight. You better go and pray. Get on your knees. Ask God to help you and ask her to forgive you. Okay? Abusers. I'm talking to you. I ain't scared of you. I don't know what was going on before. Abusers. Stop slapping people around. Stop bullying people. Stop trying to intimidate people. That's not making you a big man or woman. Stop, abusers, because you're gonna find yourself in a situation where there's a lot of blood dripping, and I'm not talking the blood of Jesus, your blood, because somebody like Sheray would have came up and snapped on your tail and just say whatever. Okay, so abusers, seriously, stop it. Look, we know obviously you've been hurt somewhere, but don't hurt somebody else. You may have been abused, but that ain't giving you right to abuse nobody else. Stop and think about what you're doing. Okay, everybody, remember, somebody's following you. Where are you taking them? Abuser. Somebody is following you. Somebody's looking up to you. Somebody's looking to you for guidance. Most abusers have kids. I'm just saying, even molesters.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they go home and smiling with their kids. They don't know they got double lives, triple lives. Some got 4 different lives. I don't know. But what I'm saying is somebody is following you. Where are you leading them to? For them to be an abuser, they're walking in your footsteps. They're going to end up where you are. So right now, abuser, give yourself a chance at life. Give that person a chance to live. You know what I mean? Do unto others as you have them do unto you. Most abusers don't want to be abused. Most murderers are scared to be murdered. I'm just saying. That's just the way it is. You'll slap somebody and you'll be like, soon as somebody try to slap you back, you'll be like, woo! Most bullies don't expect you to do nothing to them. That's the way it is. True. I'm just saying I know we do a lot of talking to the other ones. I'm talking to the abusers. Get yourself together and just stop. Because you're not going to be able to just do that forever. That is not your career choice. That should have been what you said. I'm going to grow up and abuse somebody. I'm going to grow up and hurt somebody. I'm going to grow up and kill a woman. I'm going to grow up and beat her till she's black and blue. You don't even know. Nobody deserves that. Now, Sheray, I want you to talk to the women who's talking good. Good topic. No, Sheray, let's talk. We gotta go. We'll be back next week. We only got a few seconds. Sheray, just tell some women something.
Listen,
abused.
What I did, no, it wasn't the right thing. But at that particular point, because number one, I was embarrassed. I had children, and I thought that I was defending myself. I thought I was defending my name. Please, ladies, men, even kids, please tell someone. Tell someone before someone dies. It's real. This thing is real.
Yeah.
And all it takes is a split second for you to lose your mind and black out and go into a whole nother dimension and do bodily harm. All it takes is a split second.
Yeah.
Someone may be killed and you may spend more than a week in jail. Get out. Call someone. Tell someone.
Yeah.
Don't stay there. You didn't deserve it. You didn't ask for it. Don't let them lie to you about that.
Yeah.
You're better than that.
You're better than that. And I want to say this. Thank you so much, Sheray. Many men, I know someone needs this. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you, many men. Thank you all for watching. We will be on next week. Sheray will be back with us next week. We got more to talk about. Sheray, stay on after the show. Yes, we do after show talks. when the show is over. Thank you all. The topic for this month is why hurt me. If you know somebody who's been hurt, ask them to tune in. Remember to go to YouTube Live and subscribe. We're on YouTube. Our new time is every Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Thank you for watching Conversations on Purpose. I am your host, Robin and Bryce. We'll be back next week with Sheray, talking more about why hurt me and someone else. God bless you. Thank you, Tim. YouTube Live, Conversations on Purpose Talk Show. That's what you have to type in on YouTube. Subscribe. We love you. Share it. God bless.
Advertise your brand, small business, or service with Conversations on Purpose. By advertising online, you will expand the reach of your business and brand to a wider audience. We offer various tiers for advertisers, from a single ad up to sponsorships of an entire episode with co-branded opportunities. Conversations on Purpose can also develop your ads for a small fee. Your ads will also be available to you to use on your social media accounts such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, in addition to appearing on the show. For more information, contact Conversations on Purpose. Thank you.